everyone. I'm Kim Graves. This is Jessica Ausbrook. We're from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union, and this is the Ripple Effect.
That's right. We're rippling today.
Woo!
That's right.
Watch me wave.
Spreading the good vibes, right? Spreading them.
So you brought a guest with you today.
We brought a guest with us today.
We brought a guest with us today. Lots of interesting conversation that we're going to have.
Sometimes I feel like, and this is silly of me to make this assumption, I know everything about every nonprofit that serves Kokomo. I do not. I know almost nothing about Firefly Children and Family Alliance. That's why we have Heidi here. Heidi, welcome.
Heidi, hi.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Give us quick history of Firefly.
Okay, sure. So Firefly is actually, this is the 175th birthday of Firefly this year. So one of the oldest organizations in the state of Indiana, and based out of Indianapolis, and provides a lot of services, resources, and programming to help children and families in the state of Indiana.
What kind of help?
Yeah.
So everything from foster care, adoption services. The program that we have in this area is Community Partners for Child Safety, so keeping our children safe in Kokomo and Howard County.
So what does that mean? What is this program like?
So I'm happy to share more about the resources that we provide in the program. So Community Partners for Child Safety, our goal is to keep children safe in Howard County. We receive referrals from lots of different resources. So it could be schools, a mental health organization, Department of Child Services. We receive the majority of our referrals from Department of Child Services, but we're really trying to change that and be able to work with the families before it gets to the point that they are involved with DCS. So you have an amazing DCS office here in Kokomo, amazing staff, amazing director, but we really want to get to these families before it gets to that point.
We want them to be able to relax every once in a while, you know? They deserve it.
Absolutely. And being a parent's hard. Being a parent in 2026 is very, it's hard. And then a lot of our families, a lot of our parents, they have a lot of barriers, a lot of things going on. They may be struggling with employment, childcare, food insecurity, housing, transportation. The list just goes on and on. And we really try to work with that family and help them to set goals. So help them to prioritize things that they need to be focusing on, and then help them to achieve those goals.
Are you, how is the program funded?
So our funding comes through the state of Indiana, through the Department of Child Services. Okay. And again, our goal is prevention. So we are preventing child abuse and neglect and preventing families that becoming involved with the DCS system. Again, love DCS, the work that they do. It's vital to the state of Indiana that they are protecting children in our state. But really, again, we want to serve and be able to help these families before it gets to the point that they're involved with DCS.
Gosh.
And a lot of it is we react when people are having a hard time, and that's kind of how it's been for a very long time. But this is proactive, which is it's very exciting.
Yes, very exciting and very proactive. So again, we're really not limited in the things that we're able to help families with. We can work with, as long as there's a child in the household under the age of 18 and they don't currently have an open DCS case, we can work with those families. So our family dynamics could be anywhere from grandparents raising grandchildren.
Right. See that a lot.
We see that a lot. It could be single parent homes. We have homes where both parents are in the home and they just need help, again, connecting to resources. And our goal is to keep children safe here in Howard County and throughout the state of Indiana.
Are you seeing more of a need for this, maybe more so this year than last year? I mean, is it a growing concern because there's so many people reaching out?
Oh, absolutely. And there are certain areas that are just really tough right now. There's just not housing available. Even if you have the funding, you have the deposit, you have first month's rent, you can turn the utilities on, it's still extremely difficult. And then again, when our families have barriers, so it could be a financial barrier, it could be credit history, that really makes it difficult for our families. So we do the best we can to try to keep families where they are if they are in a safe place, or to help them locate housing. But housing is very difficult. Housing and transportation are some of our biggest needs. I mean, in all of our lives, we have to have transportation.
right,
We have to be able to get to doctor's appointments, in the grocery store, and to school. And without reliable transportation, again, it's just creating more barriers and making things more difficult.
So you guys provide the transportation.
Yes, we can provide transportation, and we can also connect them with public transportation. We do sometimes help with gas cards. So we have been receiving referrals for families that have needed to go to Indianapolis for medical care. So through Riley or another office in the Indianapolis area, or even other areas in the state. And we will help with those if that family needs help. Again, it could potentially be us transporting. It could be providing gas cards, or finding another way for them to be able to get there. But that is an absolute barrier. I mean, all of us, we came here today with transportation, and sometimes, and it's tough
We
for me.
slept in a warm bed last night.
Absolutely. We slept in a warm bed, and, I stopped in the morning and I bought some Starbucks on my way here, and I have food in my refrigerator, but unfortunately not all families have access to even some of the basic needs that we have as human beings.
Where does someone start if they need assistance to be able to contact you? I mean, do they start here in Howard County, or do they go to your website? Or...
Yes, so the best place is to go to our website. So it's fireflyin.org, and go to the Community Partners for Child Safety tab. And families can do self-referral. So they don't have to have a referral through DCS or another community agency. They can do self-referrals. And again, we really like to get those referrals because we're getting to these families when they really have a need, hopefully, before it gets to the point where DCS is involved. We're really that prevention piece, and hopefully being able to keep families out of that system. And we know that long term, if there are children that are involved in the DCS system, as adults, they're more likely to be involved in the DCS system. So again, really want to be that prevention piece and helping families here in Howard County and beyond with needs that they might have that are tied to child safety.
Well, and it's sometimes you just don't know where to start. What's the first thing that you do when you're looking at this mountain? And I've been there before. Like, I don't even know what to do first. What do I do? Who can help me with this?
Right.
And then you're like, I'm embarrassed to ask, because this has been rolling around in my head for so long. I think people get there and they don't realize that there is help out there that is judgment free.
Absolutely. And we do see that a lot, where our families are very overwhelmed. They have a lot of things going on. Again, it's tough to be an adult in 2026.
It is
really
tough.
is,
I'm telling you. I'm not sure I'm still an adult yet, to be quite honest.
Exactly. And, a lot of days, I feel like most days I'm living in crisis mode. I'm trying to get through today. I have a list of all these things I need to get done. And sometimes I check things off, but usually more things get added than what I get checked off. And, just even in, being a parent and a wife, it is tough. And then working full time. So it can be very overwhelming when we have a lot of things going on. So again, we can walk alongside these families, help them to prioritize some goals, things that they need to be focusing on. So again, anything: employment, childcare, transportation, housing, connecting to mental health resources, physical health resources, helping them. So I know a lot of our families working with the schools can be a little intimidating. So if they have a child that maybe has behavioral issues, so we can help them to navigate making sure that they're doing all the things that they need to be doing, and again, really keeping the children's safety in the forefront. We do work a lot with car seats, pack and plays for safe sleep. So anything really connected to child safety. Really this summer working on some things for water safety. So drownings, that's the number one cause of preventable death for children. So making sure that people are aware. So we do partner with Prevent Child Abuse Indiana, and they have a program called Water Watchers. So if there are children that are at a beach in a pool, to make sure that an adult is responsible for watching those children, and they are aware that they're responsible. And I can recall, my son's a little older now, he's in college, but I can recall when he was younger, and being at the beach with some friends and just assuming that someone was watching him. So really being intentional about that water safety and making sure that the adult that's in charge is aware they're in charge and keeping eyes on the children.
We went to Silver Beach a couple years ago, and it's packed, obviously, up in Michigan.
Yes.
And so then they came over and they said this announcement: "Can everybody please clear the water? We're looking for this kid."
Sure.
Whatever the name was.
Looking for a kid.
Yeah, looking for a kid. And I mean, this was 20 minutes. It was going and going and going. And I'm starting to get sick to my stomach. And finally, the kid pops out of the water. Just didn't hear the announcement. I'm like, yeah, I have no idea who this kid was, but I was invested. And I'm like, where is he at? Water safety is so important because it just like that.
Absolutely. We deal with gun safety. That's another big topic right now. And we're having more and more women who are carrying guns or have guns in the home, obviously men as well. So making sure that they are properly storing that gun, they know the risks. And so that's been an issue. Pet safety is something that we're seeing a lot too. So dogs in the home.
Okay.
So making sure that everyone just understands dog safety and making sure the children are safe.
I'm just kind of curious, the name Firefly.
Yes.
Who thought of this? Is there a meaning behind it?
There is. So prior to it, the organization was called Children's Bureau, which sounds very government.
It's the children's bureau.
Exactly. Sound a little too official. So
It was very official. Yeah.
Absolutely. So several years ago, Firefly, the executive team and the board, they were looking for potentially a name change, something that was a little more inviting, a little less sounding too official or too, and really wasn't representative of what we do at Firefly. So the term Firefly comes from light in the darkness. So the Firefly or lightning bug, whatever you call them, we really want to be the light in the darkness. So again, when these families truly are in need, maybe they're having a crisis or just hit a rough patch, which we all have tough, times when we're struggling with different things. So we can really be that light and that support and help to bring them out of that darkness.
I love it. I mean, I did not even know anything about your program. But if I want to learn more, where should I go look?
So you can check out the Firefly website. So it's fireflyin.org, and there's lots of information on there. So specifically for Howard County, if you go to the Programs and Services tab and then click on Community Partners for Child Safety, you can find out a lot more information about what we do. And there's also a link to refer a family or do a self-referral for your family.
So how many different counties do you guys offer the service to?
So this service is offered in all 92 counties in the state of Indiana.
Wow.
So I believe close to half of those are covered by Firefly. But for our area, it's 6 counties. So our regional office is located in Wabash, and we cover Cass, Fulton, Miami, Howard, Wabash, and Huntington.
Wow.
A big footprint.
Yeah.
A big footprint, yes, absolutely. And very different areas. So Kokomo is very different than Wabash or Huntington, and Logansport's very different than the other areas that we cover. So just really understanding the community and the resources that are available. Really, Howard County, Kokomo is our only county in the region that has any form of public transportation. So again, that's a large barrier for our families.
I didn't realize, I mean, is this across the United States or just in Indiana?
Just in Indiana.
Really?
Yes. And again, it's really that prevention piece in the child welfare system. Our Department of Child Services is really, we're working hard to prevent families from falling into the DCS system again. Really value what DCS does. They have a very tough job, very hard job, and day in and day out, some of the things that we have to deal with and that DCS deals with, it's really hard. But our goal, again, is keeping those families from falling into these situations. So just a couple of things that we've been able to help families with lately. So we have several families that have been living in hotel rooms with their children long term.
Yes.
So being able to get them into permanent housing, which is so exciting. So, and the kiddos get really excited when they have their own bed. And, sometimes we will help them purchase beds kids are bedding and they get so excited, or being able to help someone find employment. And maybe they were employed, but they were underemployed working part-time. So being able to help them, because the one thing that we see with our families is they love their children. They absolutely love their children.
Yeah, they wouldn't be there if they didn't, right?
They wouldn't be there. Absolutely. So just doing whatever we can to help these families to improve their lives for their children.
So are these families reaching out, or, I mean, how do they know to contact? I mean, this information is out there for them.
Sure. So we do, again, families can do self-referrals, and then organizations, schools can do referrals. So we do receive referrals from mental health organizations, schools, physicians' offices. But the majority of our referrals right now do come from DCS. Again, we're working really hard to change that so we can get to these families and help them before it gets to that point that they're involved with the DCS system. But very broad in the referrals that we're able to receive.
So what can people like Kim and I do? Maybe we don't need the services necessarily, but we still want to help. What can we do?
Sure, absolutely. You can share about our program. We love invites to be able to come in. So if there's ever opportunities for us to come in and share about our program and the services that we provide, absolutely love that. We love to get involved in the community. So we do sponsor events, and we will have tables at different events in the community. So hoping to do some things around water safety in Howard County, Kokomo this year, and do some education. So if there's ever opportunity for us to come in and do education related to child safety, we would love that opportunity.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know I'm going to have to keep her name down for Christmas.
We're going to be in contact with you. How you doing?
Yes. Yes. And we actually have a special Christmas program for our clients. So
Ooh.
You do? I love it.
it's called Hope for the Holidays. Yes, and we receive corporate sponsors throughout the state of Indiana to help families around Christmas time.
Great.
I love that.
I do too. All right, Heidi, one more time. If folks want to get a hold of Firefly Children and Family Alliance, the best way to do that.
Yeah, so the best way is to go to our website, which is fireflyin.org. And if you click on the Programs and Services tab and then go to Community Partners for Child Safety, click on that tab, it will share more about what we do. And that referral link is on there as well.
Okay. Get in there if you need it. Fill it out. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's only going to make your life better. And it might just pull you out of that funk too.
Might help a neighbor, might help someone down the street, might help someone at school. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great service.
Heidi, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm Jessica. This is Kim. We're from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union. Thanks so much for watching The Ripple Effect.